Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha
Dodi livani lo haroeh. Dodi livani lo haroeh. Dodi livani lo haroeh. Dodi livani lo haroeh. Lizotola min hamidbar. Mekuteret mor mor levona. Libatini achoti kala. Ani ledodi ledodi. Dodi livani lo haroeh. Dodi livani lo haroeh. Dodi livani lo haroeh. Dodi livani lo haroeh. ובצהלה תוך אמוני העם סגולה בואי חלה בואי חלה Being kind, oh, loving kindness, living kind. Will you choose the love inside you, been put down by what we've been through? Can you what we do to one another and what we say to each other? It's all compassion. So we'll fill the
Is to enter the sanctuary. We're on page 74 in our prayer books, Matovu. You're going to sit right there, Jared. Page 74. Matovu, ohalecha Yaakov, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. Matovu, ohalecha Yaakov, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. Vani berov chastecha avov eitecha eshtachave el hechal kodshecha beiratecha. Try it with us, Matovu. Matovu, ohalecha Yaakov, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. Matovu, ohalecha Yaakov, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. We continue on verse 3 at the bottom. Vani tefilati lecha Adonai et ratzon Elohim berov chastecha aneni bemet yishecha. Matovu, ohalecha Yaakov, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. Matovu, ohalecha Yaakov, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat shalom.
Today we are here not only to continue to celebrate Shabbat, but also, of course, we are here to celebrate the milestone moment of a very special child, Jared, and the entire Abramson family.
Child just for an
Child
hour
just for an hour more, and you're about to become a real adult human being with your bar mitzvah. Throughout our tradition, we have a teaching that when the Israelites accepted Torah and began their wandering throughout the desert, it wasn't actually the first generation that took on Torah as their own, that became the Israelite people, the followers of our commandments that we would be the heirs of today. Actually, we had to cycle through an entire generation so that the generation after those who got the Torah would be ready and willing to practice all of our commandments once we entered the Promised Land. And for me, this is a nice reminder of exactly what we are celebrating today. And that is a person who is ready and willing to take on our tradition, to become a child of the commandments, to become a bar mitzvah boy. That's what it's all about. He is choosing to take on this responsibility in the same way that that second generation of Israelites decided to do all those thousands of years ago in the desert and when they entered the Promised Land. We are in store for a really beautiful service this morning. Thank you all for joining. A quick reminder is that I want to make sure you turn off your cell phone so we won't be interrupted by a Taylor Swift song while we're in the middle of our service this morning. And we're gonna have a lot of prayer and meaningful time together today. So with that, we are going to begin our service. We're going to start our service with the section that we call our morning blessings. We just ease into what it means to be praying together today. We take time to thank God for our breath, thank God for our souls, thank God for the fact that we get to be here in this beautiful space this morning. And specifically, we're going to turn to page 78, Elohai Neshama, 76, Asher Yatzar, Elohai Neshama and Asher Yatzar, these two prayers thanking God for our physical body and then for our soul, our breath that inhabits our physical body, page 76.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher yatzar et ha'adam bechachma, u'baravo nekavim nekavim, chalulim chalulim, galui veyadua lifnei chisei chevodecha, she'im yipateach echad meichem, o yisatem echad meichem. Yashar lehitkayem vela'amod lefanecha, Baruch atah Adonai rofech ol basar umafli lasot.
Page 78.
Elohai, Elohai, Neshama, Shenatata bi Tehorahi. Try that from the top again with me. Elohai, Neshama. Elohai, Elohai, Neshama, Shenatata bi Tehorahi. Ata verata, ata yetzarta, ata nefachta bi, ve'ata meshamra bekirbi, Elohai, Elohai, Neshama, Shenatata bi Tehorahi.
We turn now to page 80 for our Nesim B'chol Yom, our blessings for our daily miracles.
You can sing in Hebrew with me, or you can do the bottom line of the English with Rabbi Albin. We're going to encourage you to rise. Yep. They rise when the rabbi raises her hands.
Raise your bodies.
And this is a good opportunity after we've been sitting to, roll out your shoulders, stretch out your bodies, and do whatever you'll hear in the English, the process of how we wake up in the morning. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lasach b'bina lavchin ben yom u'ben laila.
Who has given the mind the ability to distinguish day from night.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, pokeach ibrim.
Who opens the eyes of the
blind.
blind.
Sing with her. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, matir asurim. Who frees the captive. There you go. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, zokef kefufim.
Who lifts
Up the fallen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, rokah haaretz al hamayim.
Who stretches stretches the earth over the waters.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamechin mitzadei
Who
gaver.
strengthens our steps.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, malbish arumim.
Who clothes the naked.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hanoten laya'ef koach.
Who gives strength to the weary.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamavir sheina me'enai utnuma me'afapai.
Who removes sleep from the eyes and slumber from the eyelids.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani b'tselem Elohi.
Who has made me in the image of God.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani bat chorin.
Who has made me free.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani
Who
Yisrael.
has made me a Jew.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Ozer Yisrael bigvura.
Who girds Israel with strength.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Oter Yisrael betifara.
Who crowns Israel with splendor.
Actually, let me go to this one. We're going to continue with Chatzi Kaddish on page 106 as you may be seated, as we conclude our morning blessings and move into the exciting part with Jared. Chatzi Kaddish, page 106. Yitgada v'yitkadash shemei rabba, ve'alma divrachute ve'amlich malchute, b'chayechon v'yomechon, u'chayedecho beit Yisrael, bagala, bagala, uvizman kariv, ve'imeru, amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevorach, le'alam ulal me'amaya, yitbarach, yitbarach, ve'yishtabach, v'yitpar, v'yitramam, v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar, v'yitalev, v'yithalal, shemei dekudesha brichu, le'ila min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran ve'alma, ve'imeru, amen.
Jenny and Nelson, I'm going to invite you up to our bima, and Jared, I'm going to invite you up as well. This is the time in our service when Jared is about to receive his talit. Now, the talit, these shawls that many of us are wearing today, this morning, is special. There is a very specific number of fringes and knots on the corner of this shawl to represent a very special number. So if you pay attention really closely, one time when I was a kid at summer camp, we made our own talitot and counted the exact knots and the exact fringes. But if you add it all up together, it equals 613, which happens to be the exact same number of the commandments that are in our Torah. So Nelson and Jenny, you're going to present a special blessing to him and wrap Jared in this talit with these 613 knots and fringes. And with that, you sort of symbolically wrap your body in all of the commandments, and you're taking on all of the commandments. You're deciding, yes, I'm a Jew. I'm ready to become a Jewish adult, and I'm ready to take these commandments a little more seriously than I have before. So now the honor is all yours.
Come close.
Yeah.
Come over here. Wait, no, come over here. I'll bring that other mic. Sorry, hold on.
All right. Thank you.
Use this one, Johnny. And get close to that.
Okay. Jared, may you live to see your dreams fulfilled. May your destiny be for worlds still to come. Okay.
Oh, it is on.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
And may you trust in generations past and yet to be. May your heart be filled with intuition and your words be filled with insight. May songs of praise ever be upon your tongue, and your vision be on a straight path before you. May your eyes shine with the light of holy words, and your face reflect the brightness of the heavens. May your lips ever speak wisdom, and your fulfillment be in righteousness. A Jewish home opens its heart, a child is born, and its link to generations is proclaimed. Today, our child, nearly grown, is called to read from the Torah and is welcomed into the congregation. May this moment be blessed.
Other way. Your hands on top. No. Face the congregation. Hold on, let me move this to you.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tuvanu lehit atef bat tzitzit.
Amen. Kiss. I think it ended up the right way, did it? Yeah. You gotta redo the. It's gotta be just right for the pictures, or it'll drive us crazy. Back behind it. Oh, there we go. All right, you guys can sit down. Thank you. Let's wait till they sit down. Can you come closer? Louder, better. Yeah.
Please rise.
Oh, come on. We gotta get louder.
Please rise for our call to prayer, the Baruch Hu on page 108.
Take the mic with you. Just pull it up. Page 108. So you gotta do loud. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Evorah Baruch Adonai Hamevorach Hamevorach Leolam Vaed. Baruch atah. Oh yeah. Please be seated. We now continue with Yotzer Or on page 110.
He's gonna get more comfortable. Hold on, you gotta. They can't hear the page numbers, Jared. Do it again.
We now continue with Yotzer Or on page 110.
Better, right? You say it.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Yotzer Or uvareh Hoseh Oseh Shalom uvareh et hakol. Praised are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, creator of light and darkness, who makes peace and fashion all things. In mercy, you illuminate the world and those who live upon it. In your goodness, you daily renew creation. How numerous are your works, Adonai. In wisdom, you formed them all, filling the earth with your creatures. Be praised, Adonai, our God, for the excellent work of your hands, and for the lights you created. May they glorify you. And shine a new light upon Zion, that we may all swiftly merit its radiance. Praise are you, Adonai, creator of all heavenly lights. Baruch atah Adonai, Yotzer Hamet Urot. We now continue with Shema on page 114. Shema Israel Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Kavod Nato Leolam Va'ed. We continue on page 116 with the Vehafta. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך. ושפטת לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשרתך וקומך ושרתם לאות על ידיך היו לטוטפות בין עיניך ושטפתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את חוקי ושם בקודשים אלוהיהם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים.
אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
We sing our song of freedom, Michal Mocha, on page 122. Ya ba ba bim bim bum, ya ba ba bim bum, ya ba ba bim bim bum, ya ba
ba bim bum, ya ba ba bim bim bum, ya ba ba bim bum, ya ba ba bim bim bum, ya ba ba bim bum.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. Mi kamoha nedar bakodesh nora tehilot o sefele nora tehilot o sefele shira hadasha shiru geolim leshimha asafa hatzaya Yachad kulam hodu vehilehu ve'amru Adonai yimlosh leolam va'ed.
Shur Yisrael, kuma bezrat Yisrael, uvdechinu mecha Yehuda ve'Yisrael. Go aleinu Adonai Tzevaot Shemo Kedosh Yisrael Baruch atah Adonai Gal Yisrael. We continue with the Amidah on page 124.
Sefatai tiftaf ufia gitehilatecha Adonai Sefatai tiftaf ufia gitehilatecha Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu ve'Hiblotenu Yahweh Yaakov Elohei Ta Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sorach Elohei Rivka Elohei Rahel Elohei Leach El HaGadol LaGibor LaNorah El Elyon Gonel Hasadim Yahweh Beshonei Adol Besonei Hatzir Ugmegi Aluha Libahem Mahachem
Melech Ozer Umoshia Umagen Bar
Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Bezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechaye HaKol Atah, Rav Lehoshia, Morid HaHatzal, Mechakel Chayim Behesed, Mechaye HaKol Berachamim Rahim, Tomech Nofim Beraflech Olim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Bal Gevurot, Umishom Elach, Melech Memit Umechaye, Umatzliach Yeshua, V'ne'eman Atah Lahayot HaKol, Baruch Atah Adonai, Mechaye HaKol. We continue at the top of the next page with Kedusha. Nekadesh et Shemcha ba'olam, Keshem shemakdishim oto b'shem arom, Kakatuv al yad neviecha, V'karazel ze ve'amar, Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzevaot, Meloch ol haaretz kevodo. Adir Adireinu, Adonai Adoneinu, Madir Shimcha bechol haaretz, Baruch kevod Adonai, Mimekomo echad hu Eloheinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Humoshin v'yashvin rachamav le'nei kol chai. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Nimloch Adonai le'olam, Elohai Xion, Ledor vador, Hallelujah. Ledor vador, Ledor vador, Ledor vador, Nagid God lecha, Ulenetzach netzachim, Ulenetzach netzachim, Kedushat sanaktish, Ledor vador, Ledor vador, Ledor vador, Nagid God lecha, Ulenetzach netzachim, Ulenetzach netzachim, Kedushat sanaktish, V'shivchacha Eloheinu, Mipinu lo yamush le'olam va'ed, Ki el melech gadol, Ki el melech gadol, V'kadosh atah. Ledor vador, Ledor vador, Ledor vador, Nagid God lecha, Ulenetzach netzachim, Ulenetzach netzachim, Kedushat sanaktish, Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el, Ha'el, HaKadosh.
Please continue with the remainder of the Amidah through page 142, using the words on the page or the prayers in your heart. When you are finished, you may be seated.
close our Amidah with a prayer for peace. On page 140, Sim Shalom. Sim Shalom, Sim Shalom, Sim Shalom Tova Uvracha, Chen v'chesed v'rachamim, Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael Amecha, Sim Shalom, Sim Shalom, Sim Shalom Tova Uvracha, Chen v'chesed v'rachamim, Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael Amecha, Barucheinu Avinu kulanu kechad ve'or panecha, Ki ve'or panecha natata lanu, Adonai Eloheinu. Sim shalom, sim shalom, sim shalom tova uvracha, chen v'chesed v'rachamim, Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael Amecha. Torat chaim, Torat chaim, ve'ahavat chesed, u'tzedaka uvracha, ve'rachamim ve'chaim, ve'shalom. Try it with me. Sim shalom, sim shalom, sim shalom tova uvracha, chen v'chesed v'rachamim, Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael Amecha. V'tov beinecha levarech et amcha Yisrael, bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שים שלום, שים שלום, שים שלום טובה וברכה, חן וחסד ורחמים, עלינו ועל כל ישראל עמך. ברוך אתה אדוני, המברך את עמך ישראל בשלום. Say shalom. He's going to invite Sharon up to do. Okay, invite your sister up.
Please join me for the Oseh Shalom on page 142. I would like to invite my sister Sharon to join me.
Come on, Sharon.
Oseh Shalom, Bivroma. Oseh Shalom, Bivroma. Uyase Shalom. Uyase Shalom. Uyase Shalom.
May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down.
May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down.
Oh, say shalom. Be from above. Oh, say shalom. Be from above. Hu yaseh shalom. Hu yaseh shalom. Hu yaseh shalom. Alleluia. Let's wake you up. 1, 2, 3, 4. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. Hug, hug. Did you get that on camera? Okay. Good job, Sharon. All right, you can sit down.
In a few moments, we are going to hear Jared chant from the Torah. That's what we're all here for after all, right? But before we get to that good part, I'm going to share a few words of my own about what our Torah portion says this week. Our Torah portion this week is Re'eh. Jared and I bonded over this when we first started studying together because it was my bat mitzvah Torah portion as well. I know Jared can attest to the fact that as a 13-year-old, or really for a person of any age, this Torah portion can feel a bit dry. We find ourselves in the book of Deuteronomy, the end of our Torah, where Moses is reflecting on the journey that the Israelites have been on from Egypt to receiving Torah on Mount Sinai, to building our sacred sanctuary in the desert, and then to a lot of wandering and complaining. And they're almost at the promised land, but this entire last book of the Torah is the place where Moses reflects. He gives a lot of guidelines on how the people should finally follow the rules once they are in the land of Israel, once they finally reach that. Specifically, this portion focuses on laws of proper worship, on laws of ritual sacrifice, on laws of keeping kosher, how to observe the pilgrimage holidays, and how to treat the needy who live within our midst. In Deuteronomy 15, 4 through 5, we read, "There shall be no needy among you, since your God Adonai will bless you in the land that your God Adonai is giving you as a hereditary portion. If only you heed your God Adonai and take care to keep all this instruction that I enjoin you this day. There shall be no needy among you." But then just a few lines later, we also read in Deuteronomy 15:11, "For there will never cease to be needy ones in your land, which is why I command you, open your hand to the poor and needy kinsmen in your land." Wait a minute. Don't these two verses seem to contradict each other? How can it be that on the one hand, we're told that there shall be no needy among you, and then at the same time, we're told that there will never cease to be needy among you? Commentators throughout history have caught on to this contradiction as well. Tur HaAroch, a commentary from the 14th century, says that perhaps Moses is such an astute prophet that he uses this contradiction to chastise the people. He foresaw that the Jewish people will never observe all of the commandments in their entirety, and so the presence of the needy people in the land would never cease. So although the ideal is for there to never be needy in the land, this just isn't possible because the people aren't going to follow the rules. They are not going to make it so. For me, this Torah portion reminds me of the teaching from Pirkei Avot 2:6. Pirkei Avot is translated as the ethics of our fathers. It's a rabbinic text, a commentary after the Torah. And it goes like this. Rabbi Tarfon used to say, "It is not your duty to finish the work, but neither are you free to desist from it." Our Torah portion reminds us that there is always work to be done in the land, either the land of Israel or whatever land we find ourselves living in at the time. There is always going to be people who need help, people who are needy, people whose lives we can make better through our actions of tikkun olam, through repairing the world. That is just reality. That is just the reality we find ourselves in. And we shouldn't chastise our own selves because this exists. All we can do is do our best to make it so, make the ideal so, taking small actions every single day to help the world around us, to help the people who need it, so that maybe one day, we can live up to the ideal in our Torah that there will be no needy among us, that the world will be so perfect that our work is completely done. But until then, we keep working at it. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shalom.
We are going now to continue with our Torah service, which begins on page 244. And in order to do that, I'd like to call up a few very, very special people to help us as we begin this part of our service. I'd like to invite forward our ark openers. I'm going to invite forward to do this Jenny's sister and her family, the Rusciano family. Did I pronounce that correctly? They're outside. Okay. Maybe we can go
They
grab
have a
them.
second.
That's okay. Okay, so they'll come in. And also, though, we have another set of people that I'd like to invite to our bima. They're going to partake in our generational passing of the Torah, passing the Torah from generation to generation all the way to Jared. And to do this, I'd like to invite to our bima Kathy Boris, Eileen Lockman, Nelson, and Jenny. And so our Torah passers, you can stand right here. Yes, we can clap. You can stand right here. And then once
when you see the ark actually open, so wait a moment, you'll please rise. You guys over here, come stand over here. Jared, you come stand in your spot. You guys stand over here. Rabbi Albin will tell you when to pull that. You can if you can reach it.
I'll tell you when to do it.
We gotta face the ark. Ein kamocha Elohim Adonai, ve'ein k'maasecha, malachutecha malchut kol amim, umemshaltecha bechol dor v'dor. Adonai melech, Adonai malach, Adonai imloch, le'olam va'ed, Adonai oz le'amo yitein, Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom. Av harachamim heitiv avir tzoncha et Zion. Tivnei chomot Yerushalayim. Tivnei chomot Yerushalayim. Ki vecha levad batachnu, melech el ram venisa adon olamim.
In this scroll is the secret of our people's life from Sinai until now. Its teaching is love and justice, goodness and hope. Freedom is its gift to all who treasure it.
Ki mitzion teitzei Torah, ki mitzion teitzei Torah, udevar
all going to face this way. We're all going to turn around. We're here today not only to celebrate any old Torah service, but we are here to officially pass the Torah over to Jared. We have Jared's grandparents and parents. It's not an accident that he's here this morning, but it's actually the work of generations, these grandparents and these parents who came before him to pass the tradition on to him. It takes a lot of work to get to the place of having a bar mitzvah. Jared has been studying for years. He's been studying this entire past year, his prayers and his Torah verses. He wrote his Devar Torah with me. You're going to hear that later. And so this comes from a lot of attention, a lot of care that has gone into this moment. So what I'm going to do is symbolically do that passing from grandparent to parent all the way to Jared. Right before, or right as the Torah comes into Jared's arms, we're going to sing a Shehechianu, a blessing when we do anything momentous for the first time or for the first time in a while, but in this case, the first time. So we'll do that passing, and then please join in singing Shehechianu with me. So you just kind of symbolically hold it. Yeah, like that. Wise way to do it. You don't want to drop the Torah. You just kind of hold, like for a second, like that, symbolically. Oh. Yeah.
So now we say this prayer thanking God for bringing us to this moment. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu vekimanu vehigianu lazman hazeh.
Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo.
Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Gadlul Adonai iti, uneromema Shemo yachdav. Go ahead. Lecha Adonai hagidula v'hagivura v'hatiferet v'haneh. everyone who's back there. Eishtachavu lehar kodsho romemu Adonai Eloheinu veishtachavu lehar kodsho. You may now be seated. Yes, you can take a seat. Not yet, though. Just give the page numbers.
All right, like I shared before, the Torah portion that Jared will be reading this morning is Parashat Re'eh. If you want to follow along with the Hebrew that he's reading, read it along in Hebrew or English, you may do so by grabbing one of those thick blue books in the back of our sanctuary there. It's called a Chumash and has the translation of our entire Torah. And if you have one of those thick blue books, we are on page 1417. That is 1417.
Should we wait for anybody to?
I see one person going to.
ויעזור ויגן ויושיע לחוסים בו ונאמר אמן. הכל בדלוהינו תנו כבוד לתורה. I just want to say really quickly that every time we invite up a group of people, we're going to sing. So even if you don't know the words, are you surprised we're going to sing? Yeah. Even if you don't know the words, what's wrong? Even if you don't know the words, you can sing oy oy oy, I don't know, watermelon, anything you want. Clap your hands, like really get into the spirit of it, because it will feel really good. Ya'amdu Roy ve'Feivel ve'Bill ve'Andrew ve'Chana bat Ruth ve'Avram Doron ve'Devash, which is Madeline, ve'Yehoshua ve'Chana. That is Roy, Fred, Jan, Bill, Allison, Andrew and Madeline, Josh, and Hannah. Come on up. Eilech hamda libi v'chutzana ve'alna titalem. Eilech hamda libi v'chutzana ve'alna titalem. Eilech hamda libi v'chutzana ve'alna titalem. Hold on, let's have, if you will take his, where'd the yod go? Oh, you have it. Will you take his, you're going to take his seat here at the bottom. And you're going to touch where he's starting to read, which is right at the, you show her. Middle. Okay, go ahead. You start reading.
Baruch Adonai
Hambarach le'olam va'ed. Adonai Hambarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol hamim v'natan lanu Torah. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
You ready? Amen. Will you push the mic a little closer? Thank you. Okay, you got this.
Amen. Re'eh Anochi noten lifnechem hayom metzaveh beracha uklalach et beracha asher tishmeu el mitzvot Adonai Elohechem asher Anochi metzaveh behem hayom. Kelala Mimlo Tishmeu El Mitzvot Adonai Elohechem V'satem min haderech Asher Anochi Metzaveh etchem Hayom Lachet Acharei Elohim Acherim Asher Lo Yenatem.
Yasher Goach.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam natan b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Ya'amdu Moshe Levi vegani vered Sharon bat Moshe Levi vegani vered. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Chai, Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Chai, Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Chai. Let's have everybody else over
Yeah.
here. Sharon, will you take your seat and touch?
And of course, this is Nelson and Jenny and Sharon, Jared's family, parents, and sister.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim. V'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen.
Amen. V'haya ki yevyecha Adonai Elohecha el haaretz asher shama arishta v'natan et haberacha al hayagizim ואת הקללה על העירה האלוהימה והירדם על הרי דרך מסעוד וג'רמך בארץ הדלני היותם והרי Atil al Ahibsal El Erech Yetem Avim Hajdem Adot Aret Hatar Arets Asher Adonai Elohechem Noten Lachem Narasem Lachta Vejtam Dam.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher natan lanu Torat emet V'chayei olam natan b'tochenu Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen. Thank you, everyone over here. You get to have a seat. And actually, if all of you guys want to go sit down for a moment while we do Misha Barach, Jared, you can even go sit with them.
While the Torah is out before us now, we are going to take a moment to sing Misha Barach, our prayer for healing. Every Jewish service includes this moment where we think of those in our lives who could use a little extra strength of their minds or their bodies or their souls. So we'll begin, we'll sing together. If you know it, please sing along with us. And then in the middle, we'll take time. I'll share my hand around the room, and you can share the names of who you are thinking about who could use that healing. And then we'll close by singing Misha Barach again in unison.
Again, page 253 in your original prayer books. Misha Barach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find Boker. Mi shebera imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. All right, you guys can come up.
We've come to the moment in our service that we have all been waiting for. This is when Jared is going to be called to the Torah for the first time as the Jewish adult that he becomes today. So he's already been reading from the Torah, that's true. He's done 2 aliyot already, but this is the first time when he's going to be called up with his Hebrew name. So I know Cantor Weiss said we're supposed to sing in the last 2 aliyot, but this is the time when you're supposed to sing very loudly when we call Jared up officially. He's going to walk up to the actual pulpit right now. So let us begin.
He might grow a few inches.
No.
I hope for my sake he doesn't, because
He's
he already
taller
grew
than
a
he's taller
lot
than both of us.
this past year. He might, as Rabbi Aaron always likes to say, sprout some, hair on his face all of a sudden. I don't know. You have to watch very carefully. Okay. Ya'amod hamaftir, Jared ben Moshe Levi vegani vered, habar mitzvah. Hevenu shalom alecha, hevenu shalom alecha, hevenu shalom alecha, hevenu shalom, shalom, shalom alecha. And you're going to touch. There's your hog. You see right there at the bottom there? Hog, hasukot. Right there. Yep, touch. Kiss.
Baruch hu et Adonai V'ra.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Ha'olam Asher Bahar Banu Mikol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
Hag HaSukkot Ta'aseh Lecha Shiv'at Yamim Be'atzvecha Megarnecha Umigvecha Vesamachta Vehagecha Ata Uvinha Uvitecha Ve'avdeha Ve'amatecha V'hayeri Ve'hager Ve'hayatom Ve'hamana Asher Yivkarecha Shiv'at Yamim Tahog LaAdonai Elohecha V'hayit V'makom Asher Yivkar Adonai Ki Yevarechecha Adonai Elohecha V'chol tevu'atach Uv'chol Ma'aseh Yadecha V'hayita ach sameach Shalosh pe'amim V'ashana Yera'eh Zechurecha Et Pnei Adonai Elokecha V'makom Asher Yivkar V'chag Hamatzot V'chag Hashavuot Uv'chag Hasukot Losh Yera'eh Et Pnei Adonai V'kam Yish El Atenat yado, Kiev Yirkat, Adonai Elohecha, Asher Natan La.
Yasher I do have to say, is my mic on? I don't think it is. I do have to say, Re'eh, I didn't tell him this to begin with. It just so happens that each aliyah is, longer than most Torah portions, and it's difficult. And when we read Torah, we say that it brings you strength. So, Jared, I know that this has been hard, but you should feel really strong right now because you did a wonderful job. So, Yasher Koach. Oh, yes, sorry. Now you get to your blessings.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chaya olam natan betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
And with that beautiful Torah reading, we are now going to get ready to start to conclude our Torah service. We are going to specifically lift and dress our Torah. So to do that, I'd like to invite up our Hagabah, our person to lift the Torah, and that will be Andrew Lockman. And our Galila, our dresser of the Torah. It's going to be a joint effort here. It's going to be the Rusciano family. Again, Jenny's sister and beautiful children, or beautiful nieces. Yeah.
And you will see, as Andrew lifts this Torah, that we are coming to the end of the Torah. Therefore, hopefully your right arm is super strong, because you'll see how lopsided it is. We might need someone to spot him on the right side.
Yeah, do.
Okay, hold on a second. As you can see, this side's really heavy.
I'm going to help you. It's going to be a joint effort.
Push down. I cannot do it. Push down and go straight up. Like use the leverage of it. If that makes sense. And then you're going to turn around and face the Torah. Vezot Torah Asher Sam Moshe Livnei Bnei Yisrael Api Adon Beyad Moshe Al Shlosha Devarim Al Shlosha Devarim Ha'olam Omed. Please rise. Al Shlosha Devarim Ha'olam Al HaTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut hasadim. Al HaTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut hasadim. Al shlosha devarim. Al shlosha devarim ha'olam omed. Al shlosha devarim ha'olam omed.
Perfect. Now we just place it in
Job.
this beautiful Torah holder. Perfect. Thank you so much.
You may be seated.
Being Jewish, I have always known that we're supposed to follow the commandments in our Torah, but I've never really given them much thought. For a while, I've wondered why Jews are supposed to follow these commandments, and my Torah portion has taught me that one reason we follow them is because life is sacred. My Torah portion is Re'eh. It's in the book of Deuteronomy, which means it's near the end of the Torah. The Israelites are being told to follow their commandments to live a life of blessing. Specifically, the rules are about how the Israelites are supposed to eat according to keeping kosher and how they are to honor God's creations, animals and humans alike. In Deuteronomy 12:22, we read, "You may eat to your heart's content in your settlements, but make sure you do not partake in the blood, for the blood is the life, and you must not consume the life with the flesh." This line reflects how the Israelites are supposed to eat so that they honor the life of the animals. To consume the blood along with the meat would be disrespectful to that animal because we don't want to mix meat, which represents death, with the blood, which is the sacred life force. My Torah portion is about all sorts of life. It's not only about animal life, but also human life. For example, God tells the Israelites, "See, this day I set before you, blessing and curse. Blessing if you obey the commandments of your God, Adonai, that I enjoin upon you this day, and curse if you do not obey the commandments of your God, Adonai, but turn away from the path that I enjoin upon you on this day, and follow other gods whom you have not experienced." When I was studying my Torah portion, I read an article by Rabbi Joseph Telushkin called "It's in the Blood." He writes, to the Jews, consumption of any blood, animal or human, has always been viewed as vile and is the oldest dietary prohibition in the Torah. It would seem, therefore, that the uniquely Jewish practice of draining blood from meat has had a profound moral impact on its practitioners. Is it a coincidence that such a strong abhorrence to consuming blood led to a strong abhorrence to shedding it? Indeed, the laws mandating the draining of the blood serve as a reminder of how an unusual, perhaps even awkward, ritual can sensitize and raise the moral level of an entire people. This quote shows that keeping kosher is extremely important to the Jewish people. Although my portion is in Deuteronomy, the laws of keeping kosher come all the way from Genesis at the beginning of the Torah. Therefore, it must be a really important law for us. Further, the quote helps me understand why the way we treat animals impacts how we end up treating humans. Perhaps Jews value human life and are generally non-violent people, specifically because we have our rules of kashrut. In conclusion, I've learned that the rules of keeping kosher aren't there merely to keep us In conclusion, I've learned that the rules of keeping kosher aren't there merely to keep us from enjoying delicious foods like pork or shellfish. Perhaps the rules exist to help us be more mindful of how we are treating animals and all living things. Life is sacred, and we should honor that in our actions, including eating habits. This teaches me that perhaps there is more to Jewish laws than I've ever realized before. I would like to thank some people that helped.
No, not yet.
What?
First, we have to thank you. Oh. You're going to do your thank yous later.
Oh, okay.
So, Shabbat Shalom. Before we continue, on the count of 3, we're going to shout a big, big, hearty Mazel Tov, and then we're going to sing Siman Tov and Mazel Tov. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Mazel Tov! Siman Tov and Mazel Tov and Mazel Tov and Siman Tov. Siman Tov and Mazel Tov and Mazel Tov and Siman Tov. Siman Tov and Mazel Tov and Mazel Tov and Siman Tov. No. And now.
Okay. And now we are going to, again, continue our concluding of the Torah service. So I would like to invite to our bima now Kobe Lahav and Rositza Newhall, who are going to read for us our prayer for our country, prayer for the United States, and then our prayer for Israel. These prayers are found on page 258 and 259.
Who's doing Israel? Okay.
אבינו שבשמיים, צור ישראל וגואלו, ברך את מדינת ישראל ראשית צמיחת גאולתנו, הגן עליה בעברת חסדך, ופרוס עליה סוכת שלומך. שלח אורך ועמותיך לראשיה, שריה ויועציה. ותקנם בעצה טובה מלפניך, ונתת שלום בארץ, ושימחת העולם ליושביה, ונאמר אמן.
Amen.
O Heavenly One, Protector and Redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Kobe and Shira. And now we'll continue with our prayer for our country, and that is at the bottom of page 258.
O guardian, from here. O guardian of life and liberty, may our nation always merit your protection. Teach us to give thanks for what we have by sharing it with those who are in need. Keep our eyes open to the wonders of creation and alert to the care of the earth. May we never be lazy in the work of peace. May we honor those who have died in defense of our ideals. Grant our leaders wisdom and forbearance. May they govern with justice and compassion. Help us all to appreciate one another and to respect the many ways that we may serve you. May our homes be safe from affliction and strife, and our country be sound in body and spirit. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much. Now we're going to actually put our Torah away into its ark, and in order to do that, I'd like to invite Frank Chambers, Peter Mitchell, and Bethany Nelson, who are going to open our ark. And I'd like to invite forward to our bima also Josh Finn, who is going to actually hold our Torah and put it into the ark.
When the
We're
ark
on
is
page 256.
when the ark is open, please rise. Someone's gonna go grab the Torah there, and then the top. You're gonna pull that one right there. You can go ahead. The top one. Ki lekach tov natati lahem Torati al tazovu Eitz chaim hi lamachazikim va vetom hecha meushar derachecha darchei noam v'chol netivotecha shalom hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva Chadesh Chadesh Yameinu Chadesh Yameinu Kekedem. Okay, somebody can close it. Yeah. You may be seated.
Thank you so much.
Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha.
Jared, may God bless you and may God keep you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May God lift God's face toward you and may God be gracious to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha ve'asem lecha shalom.
May God turn toward you always. May you feel God's presence so that this presence can grant you a sense of shalom, which means wholeness, which means peace. May you always feel it deep, deep in your bones. And together we say,
Amen.
Amen.
I would like to thank some people who helped me reach this special day. I would like to thank my family and particularly my parents and my sister. They're the reason I'm here today. The rabbis who helped me succeed with my Torah study. Cantor Weiss, who helped me with my Hebrew and is here supporting me today. Shelley, my Hebrew tutor, who taught me my Torah verses and the blessings. And everyone who has come here to support me today. Thank you. Shabbat Shalom.
You have to stay here while we talk about you. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. That was incredible. Thank you to Rabbi Alban, Cantor Weiss, Karen, and the whole Temple Emanuel community. Helped us get to this point. Hello to all of you, our family, friends, and fellow congregants. It's so wonderful to see you here today and to have you participate in Jared's passage to become a bar mitzvah. It's amazing to see so many of you again here after what seems like both the blink of an eye and approximately 1 million years since Sharon's bat mitzvah. Doesn't it feel like we should get to say something absolutely outrageous now that we've done both of the B'nai mitzvahs? You have to come to the after party to find out what that is. Now, preparing for a B'nai mitzvah is hard work under the best of circumstances, and this year the circumstances were not necessarily the best. You had to do most of your preparation over summer break when you were trying to be busy doing non-study related things. And I don't know if all of you know, but there was an emergency appendectomy in July, which was a small distraction. And so talk about plans having to change. Don't ever forget, Jared, how much you got done this year with so many challenges. Thankfully, your challenges were addressable by modern medicine and hard work. But there are those whose challenges are even more difficult to solve. Today's Torah portion, or Parsha, talks to some of those things and advises us to keep in mind what I consider 3 key concepts that will serve you well in life to keep you grounded and connected to your friends, family, and your broader community. First being the importance of kindness and thinking of those less fortunate than you. Today really is about you, Mazel Tov. We are so fortunate in so many ways, personally, in family, in fortune, in geography, and more. Most people do not have that. And we have an obligation to contribute back in ways big and small, whether that's financial, volunteering our time, or just being a friend. Kindness comes in many flavors. And you should keep all of them in mind and close at hand. Secondly, the importance of forgiveness. Although this parsha talks about mainly financial forgiveness, I like to think about it more broadly. There is a core idea here that debts should not be permanent, that we should not burden ourselves or others with a debt that can never be paid off or repaid. And fundamentally, forgiveness is a gift that we should give freely. As my grandmother, your Prabhupada, used to say, spite is the poison that we take so that others may suffer. And finally, the importance of having a plan and thinking it through. This parsha gives very clear instructions on the importance of understanding the rules and constraints and executing your plan quite intentionally. Or as your mother likes to say, overnight success takes 10 years. It also talks about kosher versus non-kosher birds, which seems much less metaphorically rich to me, but is still on my mind probably because it is approximately lunchtime. Don't worry, everyone, we're almost to the bagels. My stomach aside, if you keep these three ideas in mind, you'll build yourself a strong community while accomplishing incredible things. With that said, we get to say one more time, Mazel Tov. Mazel Tov. We're so proud of you. We are all so proud of you. You should be proud of yourself.
Okay. Stay there. Sit down. Good job. So, Jared, we have a couple of gifts. Farhad, do you want to say anything? Or one of our presidents is here. I'll do the gifts, but you could, welcome everyone if you want. Why not? Although I'm giving the microphone to Farhad, you never know what's going to happen. We'll see. Oh, that would make me feel so good. You can say hi. Go ahead.
Jared, congratulations on a job well done. Congratulations for being a part of Temple Emanuel and all that we do here. It's great. Rabbi Alban, thank you for what you've done for Jared. Kenna Rice, amazing. My own children were bar mitzvah here 3 years and 5 years ago. And before you know it, you'll be in college on your way to greater and better things. So congratulations, and we have some presents here for you today.
Okay, so first you can ooh and ah.
Ooh.
Thank you. This is a certificate that in case you forget that today happened or you thought it was a dream, it did happen. Jared Abramson called to the Torah as a bar mitzvah on Shabbat Re'eh. This is a custom certificate that was designed based on features of our sanctuary, and we think it's really beautiful, and we hope that you will frame it and keep it forever.
Frameable.
Frameable, thank you. This is really exciting. So for many, many years, we have given a certificate to help our students be a part of a trip to Israel. Now, that certificate used to be about $250, which would barely get you your Uber to the airport. Farhad, how much is this one for?
This one is for the rich sum of $3,250. Wow, that's like a round trip around the world.
Yeah, yeah. The reason why I bring this up is because there's one man, I believe he lives in Minnesota, who said, I really, really want our teens to actually be able to go. And so for any teen who takes me up on the offer, I'm actually going to pay for the cost of a nifty trip to Israel. So please don't lose that. It's like cash. It's like shekels.
And I have to say,
Yes.
my son Alex in high school, he went to Israel and he spent 2 months there. It changed his life. Mm-hmm. It literally changed his life. He's such so enriching, so great, and Judaism is so deep in his spirit right now.
And in case you wonder why, there you go, Israel matters. And last but not least, a Kiddush cup. Jared, you'll drink some grape juice in it today. Wine may be under the chuppah in the future, but just drink to life, and we hope that you will again, keep this forever and ever. We're very proud of you, and we really hope that you'll continue to stay a part of our community. I see some of your friends here from Emmanuel, and we hope that you will continue to be an inspiration to the little cousins who, if you ask me, are already ready for their Benot mitzvahs. Yasher koach.
Congratulations. Well done.
Thank you, Farhad.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. We are going now to sing Aleinu, one of our concluding prayers. We find it on page 282. I'll invite, if you're able, everyone to please rise.
Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol, latet gdula leotzer breshit, shehunot hashamayim veyoser aretz, umoshav yikaro bashamayim mima'al, Ushchina tuzel begevhe meromim, Hu Eloheinu ein od, v'anachnu korim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, lifnei melech malchei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu. 287. V'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. You may be seated.
The light of life is a finite flame. Like the Shabbat candles, life is kindled, it burns, it glows. It is radiant with warmth and beauty. But soon it fades, its substance is consumed, and it is no more. In light we see, in light we are seen. The flames dance, and our life burns down and gutters. There is an end to the flames. We see no more, and there are no more seen. Yet we do not despair, for we are more than a memory slowly fading into the darkness. With our lives we give life. Something of us can never die. We move in the eternal cycle of darkness and death, of light and life. We've come to the point in our service where we are going to recite our mourner's Kaddish, our Kaddish of memory. And of course, as we've had this beautiful festive morning with the Abramson family, there are those in their lives or in their memories who were not able to celebrate this milestone occasion with them today. So we want to bring their spirits and their memories into this space. Before we say Mourner's Kaddish, then, we are thinking of Sharon Nelson,
Not Sharon Nelson.
Jared's grandmother, Danielle Aram, Jared's great-grandmother, Shimon Aram, Jared's great-grandfather, David Abramson, Jared's great-grandfather, and Ruth Abramson, Jared's great-grandmother. If anyone is here in mourning, either observing the first 7 days, the first 30 days, the first year, or a yard site, I'll invite you to rise now and share the name of who you are remembering. And now we rise as one community and get ready to say Mourner's Kaddish together. And of course, we rise as one because there are so many who do not have anyone to say Kaddish for them. So we fill that in. Mourner's Kaddish is on page 294. Yit gadal v'yit kadash shemei rabba be'alma divarach ruteh ve'amlich malchuteh b'chayechon u'vyomechon u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael Bagala v'zman kariv imru amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevarach le'olam olamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'ipa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yitalet v'yitalal shmei kudesha brechu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nehemata. Damiran ve'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlam rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, b'imru amen. Osei shalom b'mramav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, b'imru amen. Zikronam livracha, may all of their memories be for a blessing.
Everyone can be seated except for Sharon and Nelson and Jenny. You guys are going to come up for a little family blessing here. Come on over here. You gotta go sit down. Go sit down. Come here. You go stand on the steps. I know, clearly. Shh, goes down a step. Sharon. And stand on there, yeah. And then let's take his. Here, Leor. Let's take it off. Hold on. Oh, let's not lose the magnets. Hold on. They have these cool. Let's open it up. Ooh. Ooh, those are tough. All right, here you go. You hold this. And so we sing this closing song about journeys, Lechilach, for you, Jared. Lechilach, to a land that I will show you. Lech lecha, to a place you do not know. Lechilach, on your journey I will bless you, and you shall be a blessing, and you shall be a blessing, and you shall be a blessing. Lechilach. Shabbat Shalom and Mazel Tov.
The last
Come up
thing we have to do is something I know we've all been waiting for, and that is Kiddush and Motzi. We always get the best challah for bar mitzvah mornings. I believe it's a giant got kosher challah. So we're going to invite
Pretzel challah.
It's the best. So we're going to have the Abramson stand around the challah,
And everybody else, come close.
And like you're gonna want to get up here because you want a piece of it. So let's all come up close.
You guys come close.
As much as we can.
Come up onto the steps, onto the bima.
Only the people who like carbs.
Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et hashabat la'asot et hashabat ledorotam berit olam. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et hashabat la'asot et hashabat ledorotam berit olam. All right, hold up that cup. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. It's all you. Juice? Wine? What do you think? Wine.
Ooh.
Pass it on. Okay.
He deserves it.
Yeah. Do you want to reveal the challah? Take off the cover. Oh! Pretzel challah. All right, let's get close. If you washed, you can put your hands on the challah, and we can touch someone who's touching someone who's touching someone. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tei avon. Thank you. Join us for lunch sponsored by the Abramsons and Shabbat Shalom.
Somebody dropped a pair of Calvin Klein